Hello, so today this is going to be a bit of a lazy video where I'm going to talk about random stuff about the tank. And let's start with the fish. There are many fish in the tank, and the five that are always more visible are the four angels, the two Heraldi and the two flames, and the Tomini Tang. Beyond them, there are of course the three clowns that live in the Magnifica. There are two marine bettas, one diamond goby, there are two wasp fish, and of course the two marine bettas and the two wasp fish are fish that are most of the time not visible. I see them mostly in the evening. And of course there are a bunch of cardinals. We have a bunch of Bangai cardinals. Also not forget, because I talked about the flame angels, there are flame hawkfish, a couple of them. And let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is the threadfin cardinal, which you can see near the top of the tank. These fish, in my opinion, are not good fish for to be kept in aquariums. For me, I think it's a mistake, and worst of all, I think I persisted on that mistake. I tried to get a group of them. I couldn't get a lot of them simply to start eating anything at all. I tried a bunch of different foods, they wouldn't go after them. Even at night, when there are lots of I think there are copepods floating in the water in the evening, because I see the other cardinals eating, they wouldn't eat. These are also fish that ship very poorly. They don't ship very well at all. I think they have a very low survival rate until they get to our homes, and I think they are fish that are too frail to be kept in aquariums. At least that's my opinion. Regarding the fish, the four angels get along very well. The two Heraldis are fish that limit the type of corals that I can have in the tank, because LPS, more fleshy LPS, are really a treat for them, and I had to get rid of some of the corals I had. But I'm mainly a fish guy, so the fish have the priority for me. Well, speaking about the corals, they are growing. I made the choice of trying not to keep corals that are easily prone to STN or RTN. I'm in this for the long run, and I won't be happy if I see a large colony die. So as you can see, I chose the Milkas, the Stylopora milkas, and I have two species of Acroporus, the red slimer and another slimer, more of a teal color. And I'm trying to always have a repetition. Now I have two big Styloporas right in front, and at the back there are two smaller Styloporas. I think that having a repetition of corals brings harmony to the tank. And most of the stuff I have here, I have in different places. So I have the Styloporas, I have, as you can see, the same zoanthids repeated in the tank. Of course, the Recordias, the orange Recordias humas, also repeated. Some of the Acroporas that are repeated are still small. Maybe in a year the repetition will be more obvious. And also one of the things that I'm happy about this tank is the sense of depth that I managed to get, especially on the right side. And I achieved that by combining a bit of some techniques that I got from freshwater aquascapers. One, I have a vanishing point, and I have perspective lines that converge to that vanishing point. And also I have layers. I have layers of corals, one behind each other. As you can see in the path in the right, I have Stylopora in the front, then I have another layer with the Montipora and Acroporas, and then back another Montipora and below a Pavona, and at the back you can see also the Recordias, the orange Recordias Yuma, and even further back there's a Psamocora. Of course, and all these adds not only layers of interest, but adds the sense of depth. Looking at this part of the tank looks really deep, and I think that it's something that everybody loves. Everybody loves a tank that looks deep, and I think that it's one of the main faults of reef aquascaping. Normally reefs, they look shallow, they don't look deep, and it's something that the freshwater aquascapers really strive to get, that sense of depth. And so I think I got that more on the right side. On the left side, not so much. Some of the corals are covering the view in front, but one thing that I've learned is that I shouldn't be afraid of placing large pieces right at the front of the tank. As you can see here, I have very big pieces in front and smaller pieces in the back. You can see that once again on the right side, and that enhances the sense of depth, having large stuff in front, smaller stuff at the back, which is counterintuitive to what you normally want to do. You want to do to enhance the view, smaller stuff at the front and bigger stuff at the back. I also have a bit of that, but I try to go for the opposite, because having smaller stuff and more detailed stuff at the back enhances the sense of depth, having more detailed stuff there. The tank, I think all of the major pests are present in the tank. As you can see here on the left, I have a bit of dino, I have bubble algae, I have bryopsis, I have diatoms, aptasia. Well, they're all here. The thing is, and I think I must confess I'm a bit proud of this, because I'm proud of having all these pests and have the tank looking healthy, and I think being healthy with them inside. Because even though they are pests, they are part of it. If you dive in a reef, if you're lucky, you see them all. And so they are not looking like they want to take over the world. They are very contained. If we're talking about one of the toughest pests today, which are the dinos, they're not something that bothers me very much. They grow on the rocks, they're not growing on the sand, and I blow them off the rock maybe once a week. And I began even trying to see if doing the micro scrubbing. I do it twice a day when the two pumps are at their maximum speeds, to see if it works, but I only started that 2 or 3 days ago, so I'm curious to see what that will do to the dinos. The Acropora slime a lot, but they get back to normal very quickly. Regarding the pumps, I have now the 2 circulation pumps from Jebao, the CP150, because as the corals grow, they create an obstacle for the flow, and so I thought it would be better to get the 2 of them running simultaneously. They change their patterns throughout the day, creating 2 high tides during the day, and I let the fish rest a bit with a much calmer flow during the evening. So the tank's going. There are lots of things that are still in frag size, and I hope that in a few months the tank will look more balanced. Well, once again, thanks for watching.